Hello guys, welcome back to my Positivity YouTube channel. So glad to see you again today. Well, I'm gonna read the continuation of Wild Darling Story part 14. Hope you enjoy it. Happy listening! She isn't a bad girl today, but if we let her go, she will be bad. Hunger and misery force her to prostitute herself. Mother, believe me, I have no intention other than to help that girl. Again, I leave the final decision to you. This is your house, and you decide who deserves to be in this house and who isn't. If you think by accepting this girl you are not good, I will find another place for her. My mother said, assuming I accepted this girl, what's your answer to Gursam? I said, I will inform Gulsa myself. She's a kind and understanding girl and she understands my compulsion. Nadia said, no, these issues are different. No matter how much you understand and how rational you are, it's still difficult to accept such issues. Because it's the work of the heart and the heart doesn't understand logic. I said, it's my right to satisfy Gulsam. It's my job. Only if you are satisfied and accept Fariba. My mother said, let a few days pass and see how she's doing. Then I decide to accept her or not. Nadia said, now, did you really marry that girl? I said, no. I asked Mullah to let her go with me and his answer was yes. Then we came home. Nadia said, I mean, after getting permission from Mullah, this girl lowered her head and came with you? For a few seconds, the scene of Fariba escaping, how she threw me to the ground and ran between the wheat fields, passed in front of my eyes, and I said, yes. Now, let's go back to Safura. Shiba and Shahar had returned, but Fariba's vacancy was strongly felt. In Fariba's absence, I felt like the house was empty. I felt exactly like the mother whose girl had been given to her husband. Belkis had a worse day than me and no better. I had to buy medicine for the girls. I had to use the money. Belkis said, I don't know about you, but I don't want to walk anymore. Oh, even breathing hurt from this oppressor. I can no longer stand the weeping. Sahar said, how is it possible? If we don't work for 2 days, we don't have food to eat. Belkis said, you ran away and you don't know what pain we suffered. This time it's not just a whip. They are bearing our necks. Do you understand? Belkis said, if you continue to do this, I will go away from this house and you'll see. No one will go anywhere. But we will not continue our previous work anymore. This time, we are in danger of death. From God is not hidden what to hide from you. I wanted to give up this job and have a dignified life with Fariba. But it was not God's will, and we were punished before we repented. Should we not have a reputation? Shiba said, so what should we do? I said, I have an idea, but before that we have to find Fariba. I asked Belkis when they took Fariba. I was unconscious and didn't understand. Who took Fariba? The same boy who entered the house through the wall and was the first to see us, said Belkis. I don't remember his name, if it was Fahim or Karim. I said, the same boy who wore a black handkerchief? Belkis said, yes, he was the same boy. Exactly. When Fariba was taken to the field, she was stopped. Mullah also handed Fariba over to him. How do you find him now? The city of Kabul is not a village or a winter resort. It's very difficult to find Fariba. I said, it's easier than you think. We have to go see Jabbar. Sahar said, why do we need to see Jabbar? I said, because he reported us to the Mujahideen, so he knows who Karim is and where he lives. We go back to Fariba again. It was dark at night. From one side, I was worried about Safura, and another side, I was feeling very hungry and weak. A prisoner who commits a crime has the right to 3 meals a day, but these people see me less than a prisoner. I went to the window and opened it. I pulled my head out when I noticed that Karim was sitting on the ground near the gate of the vestibule. I called out, Mujahid! He got up and looked around. I said, look up. He raised his head and said in a scratchy voice, what do you want? I was scared for a moment, but I said, can you find a piece of dry bread in your house or not? Karim, whose nerves turned out to be bad, said, what are you doing with dry bread? I said to myself, what an idiot! What do they do with the bread? I said, I smell the bread. What are people doing with bread? What kind of people are you? How many meals do you eat during the day? Karim closed his eyes and said, oh God, be patient. Why don't you say from the beginning that you are hungry and want bread? I'm going out and getting food. I don't think anyone will cook in this house tonight. I said, well, now that you bring food from outside, bring me Kabuli. I don't eat anything in the field and I'm very weak. Karim glanced at me briefly and said, do you want anything else? I said, no, and I closed the window of the room. It's good that I didn't come to my senses and they forced me not to eat a piece of bread. At the same time, the gate opened and Karim's mother entered. She looked at me from head to toe and said, come, this is Karim's room, and you are not a husband and wife. I have prepared another room for you. With my mouth open in surprise, I moved slowly behind the woman. You mean this woman has no problem with me? Let's go back to Safura again. It was getting dark and we left the house at dawn and moved towards Jabbar's house. Sahar said, Aunt, do you have to go to see him tonight? You are not well at all and you cannot walk this path. I said, we have to go anyway, whether today or tomorrow. At the same time, my foot was tied to a rock and I fell firmly to the ground. My knee was sore and I felt severe pain in my left knee. Sahar took me by the arm and said, Oh, Aunt, what happened? Are you okay? Can you get up? I said, yes. I can wait and sit for a few minutes. I could not bend my knee and straighten it. Sahar said, Why are you oppressing yourself so much? How many hours ago did you wake up? Isn't it better if you go in the morning or the next day? Orion doesn't escape, but tonight you are not well at all. I rubbed my knee gently to reduce the pain. I looked at Sahar and said, Girl, if you really want to help, in the name of God, don't talk too much. Well guys, that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna see you soon in Wild Darling Story part 15. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great time. See ya!